Speaking of talking better than you
English.
do, our next topic. just kidding.
No,
yogurt.
I'm done. I'm good. So tell us about this Greek mechanism that you found.
And I found it. I was in Greece,
You found it.
and there was this mechanism that I found,
I paid you, and you went over there and found it for me because I'm that rich.
and it was just some dude's watch. It was still on his wrist, but
A skeleton wrist.
no, he was walking down the street, and I was like, oh.
Mister, I'll give you this much money for your watch.
My friend sent me here to find a mechanism. Can I have your watch? And he said,
I'll give you a whole $20 US.
so get away from me, you're creepy.
Aw.
But in Greek.
That's Italian.
It's the wrong place. It's euros. Gyros if you're from the south.
Okay, so we're actually gonna be talking about the I need to see it spelled out because I can't. It's one of those words where it's like I can't say it without looking at it.
Yeah, well, I can say things, but if I look at it, I can't.
We're talking about the Antikythera Mechanism. I know Andrew knows about it because he already said, I know about that.
See.
I don't know if Andy knows about it.
C.
All right, I guess we're not going to talk about this. Then.
No, I want to hear your opinions on it
God.
because I've got a. Me and Andrew, we came up with a segment called Hot Take of the Day, where he comes up with a hot take, and we can't say anything to the contrary on it. We just have to take it for what it is.
That's right.
Anyway, so spring 1900.
1995.
No, this was 95 years before that.
Jeez, man, time.
There was a group of Greek sponge divers from the island of Simi or something.
Sarai.
And they were returning from North Africa. Violent storm forces them to take shelter near Antikythera. That's the name is based on where it was found. And so,
Say that again. It was by Antikythera.
Antikythera, yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. That's what I was trying to. But I can't find the other island that you were talking about. It starts with an S.
Simi. Anyway, so
However,
while they're there, the boss man says, we're going for a dive. Because there's sponge divers. So one dude, it's like, okay.
they
He
said,
dives.
saddle up your seahorses. We're going down there and wrangle up them sponges.
And he said, okay, I'll give me some sponges. And so
We gotta go.
he dove. He dove down, comes back quicker than he should have, and he's freaked out. He's messed up. And the boss is like, boy, what are you doing?
I gotta go.
Get back. What are you doing? They're supposed to be sponge diving. And he says,
Do the roar.
he's like, Broseph, you're not going to believe me, but there are a lot of dead naked people down there.
Dead naked
Wow.
people.
Yes.
Would those be called skeletons?
No, it's not skeletons. It's literal people that aren't decayed that are dead and naked. This is a true story.
I haven't heard about this part of the story.
See, I know, neither had I. This is what I was telling you yesterday when I was like, my favorite part is the beginning. It's this, because I hadn't heard this either. So this dude's freaked out.
How are they not?
Hold on, you'll see. It's funny. So his boss doesn't believe him. He's like, you're hallucinating because you're not diving properly and you ran low on oxygen. Like you're crazy. And he's like, no, there's a bunch. He's like, trust me, I know what naked people look like.
Trust me, bro.
There's naked people down there. So the boss goes down, and sure enough, there's like hundreds
Of dead corpses?
of no dead naked people.
Yeah,
Corpses,
corpses.
No,
Were they
because
statues?
they're statues.
That's stupid.
But the dude genuinely thought they were real people. He didn't know
That's
it was
stupid.
statues.
Well, you got water in your eyes, boy. Can you not see?
It's salt.
He's underwater,
Man.
yes.
It's murky.
It
Come
is
on.
Yes, I know. That's why I said that.
I know.
Okay.
So he doesn't know they're statues, though. He really just panicked. It's so funny to me.
Is it? Nope.
He literally is like, "Yeah, like, what is this?"
He really said no.
Forget the sponges.
He got a quick glance and he said nope.
I don't want to be one of them. This place is cursed.
Dead naked people. Nope.
Not today.
So they report their discovery to the Greek Archaeological Service.
I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I
Would you-
ran for my life.
Would you stop it?
Sorry. I had to get that on.
I
man.
don't.
I'll let you speak. I won't interrupt.
No,
you more.
it's not even that. It's just my sister was obsessed with it.
Oh yeah, I know.
You bring him flashbacks.
You
I
bring
know, dude. I'm bringing the
flashbacks.
internet back to when it was good.
It was never good.
It's Friday.
It's Monday though.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Dead naked people.
He said nope.
I'm
I'm out.
I'm so unhinged. I'm sorry. I gotta stop.
So they report it to the Greek Archaeological Service. So in 1901, they start bringing them up, and they discover 100 or so statues. They get jewelry, glassware, all kinds of stuff that's from the first century BC, like 65, 85 BC, roughly. Like everything's from that period of time. The ship, because there was like a crashed ship, obviously, that had all this stuff on it.
Like boat.
A
Yeah.
merchant
Okay.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah, a merchant ship. It was identified as a Roman era cargo vessel. That most likely was some fancy bougie person had put all their stuff on and was going to take it somewhere.
Could you imagine the sculptor getting the news that the ship sank? He's like,
My naked people.
I spent 15 years carving those statues, and now they're at the bottom of the ocean.
He's just said, well, someone's going to find them and think some dead naked people down there, I'll tell you.
He honestly, he's probably like, I got my money.
I mean,
Maybe.
You
He
want me
did
to
a-
do them again?
he-
I can do them again.
He did a good job with them if it was enough to fool someone to think they're real people.
Yeah. He probably
True.
didn't get the money until he probably wasn't going to get the money until after they got there, though.
He never got the money because he never got them.
I know. Dead naked people.
So, amongst all the artifacts was this corroded lump of bronze that was like the size of a book. It wasn't a book, obviously, but it was book sized or toaster sized, if you want.
Nice.
And they didn't really care about it. They're just like, because I mean, they had, like I said, all the jewelry, they had the sculptures, they had all kinds of fancy stuff that cost money, and then there's just this chunk of metal that they have no idea what it is.
They're like,
So they
"Why
don't.
would I
they're-
want this.
They keep it obviously because it's something found, but
Yeah.
they don't care. There's no interest put on it until the next year, 1902. Then an archaeologist, I'm not going to give names because I can't say them, and because I don't want to bog it down with a bunch of names because there's a bunch of people involved.
Yeah, learn
Through
from me.
here.
Learn from my
Oh no, I'm
mistakes.
learning from myself from the 2109, not
Ah.
2109. There was another, yes, 2109, where I talked about a bunch of different people. It became too many names to keep up with. Doesn't matter. In 1902 May,
They're dead anyway.
probably, an archaeologist is cleaning the artifact at the museum, and while he's cleaning it, he bumps it or hits it a certain way, and it fractures open.
Oh no.
And inside, there's a bunch of interlocking bronze gears that are fused together and teeth that are cut very precise. Far more precise than the typical stuff we would see from this era.
This is literal Easter eggs that this guy carved.
And so you get confused. People in the community, the and archaeology and stuff in history get confused because this is something that shouldn't exist until the 1500s. They didn't make anything like this back then. It's too advanced, too sophisticated, too precise, too many gears. So everyone writes it off as fake. They're like, it's a forgery, or it's something you messed with, or maybe it's real, but it didn't sync with the ship. It's just someone happened to drop it in the same exact spot and it landed on the boat. And it's actually from the 1600s. So no one does anything with it really until 1905. A German man gets a hold of it somehow and does the first textual analysis, and he finds Greek inscriptions covering gears and plates, references to astronomical events like the solstices and equinoxes, and repeated numbers of like number 19, 76, and 223. These are repeated numbers in different things, such as there's like one gear that has 223 teeth on it, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of those kinds of things everywhere, those numbers.
Was that gear a large gear or a small one with the 200 something?
Pretty big.
Pretty big? I was going to say, if it was a pretty small gear with that many teeth, that's insane.
I mean, it's not like huge, but
yeah. How big is the device?
I'm going to put it on the screen, but I have 3 pictures in Discord I put. So like the first one is the first thing that they found as they found it. And then I guess someone tried to do like a touch up image of what it would have looked like full.
Okay.
Not damaged somewhat. But that's like the actual device. And then the other one is kind of like when you open it up, all the stuff that's in it. And then the third picture is like a recreation.
Okay.
But I'll show those on screen too. He also identifies the inscriptions as part of an ancient astronomical almanac, and that he observes the gears are epicyclic, which is their gears are rotating on other gears. And like I said, this is something that's not around until 1500s, 1600s.
Right.
To be working in this manner. Not heard of at all. Like, never happened from as far as history knew back then. But many scholars dismiss it because they're like, it can't be real. It doesn't work. This stuff didn't exist back then. This is clearly fake. Or they didn't necessarily say it wasn't fake, but they're just like, we can't get it to fit in with our timeline. And
because we all know our history is solid.
Well, and you know how like elitist people who think they know everything, when something counters what they think they know, they just discredit it.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, nope,
it has to.
Just discredit it. And there's people who are curious, but the elites who are in charge aren't really curious when something confronts their reality. They just say, no, it's not real. And so there is no interest by and large because they're just like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. It can't be real. Case closed. It's not real. And so nobody looked into it. From 1905, when this guy looked into it and did what he could do, nobody looked into it at all until 1951.
What's with us just leaving artifacts and stuff like this on shelves forever?
Yeah.
Well, because it wasn't shiny enough, it had to be a jewel or a ring or a coin for anybody to have any interest in it. But since it was just a couple blobs put together, they thought,
we need more archaeologists.
They said, we don't care about it.
In 1951, a Yale physicist and historian of science rediscovers the thing. He stumbles upon its existence and is intrigued, and so he spends 20 years studying it. Technology is advanced enough, so now that he has better X-ray imaging, and so he uses the new technology as to examine it and finds there's at least 30 gears. They find more later, but at this point in time, they can only they detect 30 gears. The gear ratios match astronomical cycles. And basically, from his after 20 years of going through it, he concludes that this object is an analog computer.
Bet.
That its purpose is to compute when cycles of aliens, of eclipses, planetary alignments, basically all kinds of space stuff. That you would have these gears all connected. There's a hand crank. You do that to calculate when things would be, but it's analog. It's obviously not digital or doing it itself. It takes a person doing it, but it's still computing in a way. So hence, this is the first computer we know of.
That's wild.
Then we move into the 90s. And in the 90s, someone builds, and I have the image up of this. He builds a working mechanical model based on what we think.
Out of Legos, right?
Yes, out of Legos and duct tape.
Legos and duct tape.
So in the 90s, we get the first replica. In the 2000s, we can scan better, and we know there's at least 82 fragments. Maybe more, but at least 82, probably 82. There are over 2,000 unreadable, or previously unreadable Greek characters. And there are other dials that predict other cycles. It even tracked when the Olympic Games would be. And it's weird because it not only is it like stuff, of course, they're interested in space. So it's like, well, they would make a machine that could do this kind of stuff. But it also deals with stuff beyond what they should have known based on what we know they would have known in science.
So
within space. It's like they wouldn't be able to know this is even a thing. And yet they were using this to calculate and predict when it would happen.
So this is the Greek equivalent of the Mayan calendar, correct?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Except the Mayan calendar was on a rock.
The
chiseled out. I'm not talking about the mechanisms or nothing like that.
It's like the recording part of it.
It was able to predict a bunch of events.
The mechanism predicted eclipses, modeled the moon's orbit, and autocorrects for calendar drift.
What?
It autocorrects.
That's pretty insane. That
Yes, it autocorrects.
Because that's extremely complicated.
Exactly. It's like, how could they do that? So it didn't get off by leap years or whatever. It auto did that on it the way it was designed. And it also had other things with it. My notes are terrible. I did not get the details I wanted, but it had some information in Greek. It had other information in Babylonian. It had other information in Egyptian. So it was like, here's some stuff the Egyptians are studying that the Greeks didn't care about, built into it. And the same thing for Babylonian stuff that, again, the Greeks didn't care about, which means whoever made this thing was very knowledgeable not only of Greek sciences and space, but also Babylonian and Egyptian, and knew the languages.
So how far in advance does it predict?
Infinite.
Oof.
As long as you want it to go.
That's a high quality Google gear.
And so the thing that's weird about this, or like something to think about, and this is kind of where I really want you guys to have your thoughts on, is we obviously didn't think something like this was possible. There are writings, ancient writings by people, well-known writers, who described having machines that were like this, that were at one point kind of whatever. It's an exaggeration or whatever, because a lot of their tales are kind of like, yeah, okay, that didn't really happen. Now that's like we know one existed, it kind of gives credence to others existing and not just this one. And if they had machines this advanced and had knowledge we didn't realize they had, how much is really lost? Like,
oh yeah,
because we don't have any record of these machines as far as like this one's the only one as far as I know that
we've lost so much information from the time that the written language started. I
'Cause-
mean,
Because the only reason why we have this is because it went down on a ship,
yeah.
which some of the theories. Oh, hold on. Let me finish this.
We got
before.
lucky that it went down
The
in a
theory.
place
Some of the
where we
theories
could
is
dive
basically
to.
that
yeah, for real.
that there's a bunch of elites who had this information and had access to this stuff, and this was one of the like the high end elite ship that went down.
Oh, so
and
it wasn't
like an emperor or somebody.
It wasn't like just a regular merchant ship, but it was.
That's the that's the
it was like
conspiracy
Elon
theory.
Elon Musk's
Yes.
personal.
Yeah, and when I say like the elites, I mean like the Illuminati elites,
Yeah.
like the secret society
The
were in
Templars
control.
and people like that.
That's the conspiracy theory. And if it was never on, if this never happened, we may not have known these ever existed because, I mean, obviously back then, up until relatively recent, when people were conquered, there was no care to preserve anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they
look
could
at
have just they could have just destroyed the machines because they just
look at the Library of Alexandria. All the information, the history that was in that.
But
that they.
Yeah, I think back then it was like if you had the first computer, obviously you could conquer a lot of things with that.
with that knowledge, you could
Obviously,
potentially.
We don't even know all that it could do still, probably to this day. So if you had that, you'd probably want to keep it very, very secret and probably not tell many people. And obviously, the internet wasn't around, so whoever made it and whoever purchased it, and probably the middleman in between, if you get rid of those three people from history, it's lost.
And if they want to stay secret,
Yeah, it's lost. It's not like a digital footprint. It's some rich person or institution that says, here's a bag of money, do this for me, and they do it, and then hunky dory after that. It's really hard to record that.
but yeah, the one of the videos when I was trying to do research had the title of like AI scanned the Antikythera mechanism, and it's worse than you thought. That's why I said that for my hook, but it was like, turns out the only thing that was AI about any of that was the video itself. The video was horrible. It was AI written, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting. I watched it or clicked it because I was like, now we have AI. What if AI scanned it and put stuff together that we missed entirely? I was like, that'd be really cool if like literally within the past year we've learned these things. No, that was not the case. It was just them being stupid and repeating themselves and saying stupid phrases and then proposing crazy, stupid, like, what if it's this?
I think especially because the world was so cut off from each other, like continent-wise and city-wise.
Yeah, and culture. So, like, that's why it's shocking that it had not just the Greek, but the Babylonian and the Egyptian is like, it to have that.
Yeah, it really seems like this is either somebody's whole life work or it's a group of people's whole lives work, where maybe like if it was us three, one of us go to Babylon and every 10 or 15 years we meet up together, and one of us is in China and the other's in another place, and the only way we can actually get information together and our records together is if we do it over a lifetime period, where, okay, on this day, Andrew recorded this, and I remember seeing this in the sky, and Jeremy also recorded seeing this in the sky, and we begin to track things. But that can only happen, over a lifetime, especially back then.
Yeah.
Unless you believe that the Egyptian pyramids was a battery. That wasn't a battery. It was a power plant that was transferring energy from pyramid to pyramid along with Wi-Fi.
Oof.
Or if you believe that.
And they had computers made out of stone and crystals.
I mean, like, you
keyboards of wood.
Think about it like this. This is metal and glass at the end of the day. Metal, glass, and some plastic.
Cardboard.
But if you take this back to like the 1800s and you're like, here, figure it out and just leave.
No.
there's a 0% chance they'd figure it out.
Exactly. But to us, it's like,
At least your average person. Maybe Tesla would figure it out.
yeah, you'd have to give
Well,
it to somebody.
have y'all seen the guy on YouTube that he starts everything from scratch? Like he went viral a long time ago about making a sandwich, and he literally grew the wheat,
Yeah, I think I know
Got-
what you're talking about.
bought a cow, milked it,
Killed
made
it.
the cheese, hunted a wild boar to get the pork, grew the lettuce, grew the tomato, all of it, and he showed the whole process. And just to be able to make a sandwich from scratch by himself took him so long
How do
and
it?
so much money.
bread
Make a
was
sandwich in
bad.
5 minutes and you do all this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was insane. He had to grind the wheat too and bake it and everything else. And
Had to build the grinding house to grind the wheat.
Yeah.
Had to make the bricks to build the grinding house.
No, it was seriously. He went and he got the stone and the materials and everything to be able to grind the wheat.
He went
berries.
and knocked down a tree so he could carve it to make an axe.
Yeah.
So he could cut down the next tree. So he could.
But he
Hitting
does
the
does
tree.
that with all kinds of stuff
No,
though. I mean, he
dude,
starts from
I
scratch.
know this isn't what kind of videos he'd want to do, but it'd be hilarious to me if someone did that, but then titled it like "How to Do a Sandwich in 5 minutes" or whatever he's doing in 5 minutes. Because there's so many of these videos where it's like, cook this meal in like 5 minutes, and it's like
An hour long.
the amount of
process.
stuff that you did. There's 0% chance a normal person can do
Yeah.
that in 5 minutes.
Like they show all the prep
just-
time and everything else,
just
but they don't
couldn't.
include the prep time.
Yeah.
But they're just saying,
It's like, just grab this freshly sliced tomato and
It's
grab
like-
these diced onions and
and it's
throw
like,
it
and
in.
it's like, do this and this and this and this and this all at the same time. It's like I'm one person. I can't.
we don't have editing cuts
While
in real
you're
life.
doing that, do this, and it's like, no. So it'd be funny, but yeah, that's all I got. I think it's interesting. I think it kind of gives credibility to the idea of that. At least one wave, but I personally think multiple waves of society of like we hit a peak of technology and then something happens and it's gone. And then we don't go back to zero because once you have certain knowledge, it kind of near impossible to go away.
well, think about how they conducted.
But it goes
war.
from like, 0 goes
Yeah.
up to 100 and then down to 30 and then up to like 250 and then down to 75.
Yeah, I mean, with how they conducted war back then, they literally destroyed and set fire to
Yeah.
everything. And if they had all the if one city had all the manuscripts and everything, for example, Greek fire, I believe that's what it's called. We still don't know how to produce it today. It was a oily substance that they lit on fire and threw at ships.
Yeah.
And
It's like the Roman concrete. We barely figured out that.
yeah, but you cannot put it out. You physically cannot put it out. It would be on fire on top of the water.
Yeah, I would say, is that the fire that burned on water?
Yeah.
Like napalm almost.
And yeah, pretty much. And it terrified not only that, the mechanism that launched it too. It was some kind of copper or bronze gun basically that was able to launch this
Where it
stuff
wouldn't
out.
stick to it.
Yeah. It was a wild concept,
It's
and they don't know how they created it. They don't know the mixture that it was there.
What scares me though, when I think about it, is like it. I really think I personally do. I think we have cycles. I think it's God, honestly, but I think we hit cycles, and then God says, "Nope, you're not allowed to get that far. It's too soon, or whatever," because it kind of ties back to the Tower of Babel and like
And the flood.
community and reaching a certain
Right.
point. So I think like every so often or certain points, God says, nope, you don't need to advance that fast, and then shuts it down and there's a reset. And I'm just like, what scares me is I think we're at a point of reset. Like we're teetering on it.
Well, possibly because
Yeah.
of the AI stuff coming out.
Well, not the AI is not the only thing, because before AI came out, I'm just thinking about like how we've got a point to where society's no longer raising with intelligence, because like that's how intelligence
Right.
works, is like as the tippity top intelligence goes up, so too does the bottom.
We're
They
starting
go
to,
up together,
we're
but now
starting to
it's
get
kind of like the
stupid.
middle stopped going up. We don't know the middle stuff that we should know. People don't have an interest, don't want to do it, can't do it. And
Because-
it's like and we've lost. Not only are we not gaining with going up, but we've also, because we don't have to, don't know how to do stuff that people did 100 years ago. Like I could not go kill something and make food with it. I
It's
couldn't
the
do it.
internet.
I don't have it.
It's the
I
internet's fault.
couldn't farm my own wheat like that. The whole video that dude did, I couldn't
Yeah.
do it. I don't know how to do it.
It's
I've lost that.
All right, you're going hunting with us next year.